Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Terry. I am a full-time eBay seller, and I am going to do a what sold video on some of the things that I sold in this past week. I'm not showing everything. I just want to show some of the more interesting things. Here's another railway book that I bought. I paid $1 for each one of them. I think I bought 6 or so, and this one sold for $20. This is from 1964. It's the official guide of railways. Keep your eyes open for these types of books or anything vintage that has to do with railroad. I have had this Bible for quite a while. So this Bible is from 1975. It's the New American Standard Bible references, and it's made by Moody Press. I'm not sure why this one sold so high and what is so special about it. It could be the press, it could be the year. So I only paid $2 for it, and it sold for $140. I picked up a whole bunch of ophthalmology books at an estate sale. So I paid $2 for each book, and this one sold for $14. I have a set of ophthalmology books also that I got from that same sale. So keep your eyes open for medical books. So here is another Bible. This is an NIV study Bible. I sell Bibles all the time that have the first couple pages, is dedicated to somebody, but this one actually has their name on the front of it. And I paid $2 for this one, and I sold it for $16. I paid $5 for this Discman. There are some Sony Discmans that can go for hundreds of dollars. So this was not one of them. So keep your eyes open for these CD players because they can go for big money. I believe that the higher dollar ones, a lot of it is metal, as I remember. I know it was just a heavier Discman because I have sold those before. And this lot also came with these cute little tiny Sony speakers. There's 2 of them. So I paid $5 for this whole set here, and it sold for $27. I have had these 2 Gerber items for quite a while. This one is just like little tiny rompers, and these are receiving blankets. They are so cute. I thought they would sell quicker than that. So I have $6 into these, and somebody got them on sale and paid $27.20. I picked up a few boxes. They were all a little bit different of these metal models. I picked them up from a garage sale last summer. I only paid $1 for each one. This one sold for $29.67. And it's called Britain's Metal Models. I think they may be made of lead. So keep your eyes open for little model figures like this. Christmas stuff sells all year long. I picked this up, I think it was at the end of last summer at a garage sale. And I paid $3 for it, and it sold for $29. It's in really good condition. I was tempted to keep it for myself. That ladder can go right up to your Christmas tree. And then it looks like Santa and his helpers are climbing up the ladder. It's very cute. I picked up around 6 of these Boatswain books, and they are a naval education and training command book. This one is from 1975. I paid $1 for each one, and this one sold for $17. I sold another one of these vintage from the 40s, Big Little book, and this is Mickey Mouse. I paid $4 for each one, and because they were in such poor condition, they are not selling for that much. This one only sold for $17, but I have already made my money back, and I am in the profit on all the books that I had bought. So I was at an estate sale not too long ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and up at the counter when I went to go pay for all of my stuff, I saw all of these Las Vegas tokens. She had a whole bunch of them in a bag for $5. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll pick those up. If nothing else, if I know somebody who's going to Las Vegas, they can use them. They are a little bit vintage, but not crazy vintage. I know that the other tokens, the colorful ones, some of those, if they're old enough and the right casino, could be worth so much money. But they didn't have any of those. But I did pick up the bag for $5 and I split them in 3 lots. So I still have these 2 small lots left. So since I had these, I just thought I would show you that they are these just silver tokens from different casinos. This one, let's see, is from the Mirage. So the lot that I sold had 33 tokens in it. So I roughly paid $3 for it. And it sold for $148.47. Totally blew my mind. I was just surprised that somebody paid that kind of money for them. So I guess they were valuable. I'm excited about it. So I picked up this Realistic radio. Realistic is made by Radio Shack, which unfortunately is not in business anymore. When it was in business, we used to love to take our kids in there. It was just a cool little store. So these radios, not just Realistic, but other radios that are also a communication radio. And it seems like you can always tell if it's going to be a communication radio, if it has some weight to it. I don't know if the components in it are a little bit heavier, but it just seems like when I pick one up, I'm like, ooh, this might be a communication radio, which I think means that it also has almost like a CB radio type of thing. You get channels on it where you can hear like emergency vehicles and things like that on it. This was sitting in my death pile for a long time. I didn't list it for a very long time, so I finally listed it probably a couple months ago. I paid $10 for it and it sold for $150. Here is another Star Wars item that I picked up at that big Star Wars sale. The profit on this was not great. I paid $10 for this and it only sold for $22.47. I always pick up random Harry Potter hardback books because I will keep them until I have a complete set. So this one, I probably paid $1 or $2 for each book, but I'm just going to say that I paid $2 for each one. So I have $14 into this and it only sold for $35. I honestly think we listed this too low. So when I have another complete set, which is almost complete, I just need book number 1, which I have found is the hardest book to find at garage sales and estate sales. So I will list the next lot for higher than that because I honestly think they will sell between $60 and $75. Here is another Sony Discman. Again, this is not the real valuable one. And so I paid $1 for this one and it sold for $15. So this set of 2 dictionaries that are from 1899, they are old and the hardcover is not in great shape because they are so old and they weren't very well taken care of. But I still bought them and they still sold. I paid $2 a piece, so I have $4 into this set and it sold for $48. So keep your eyes open for old dictionaries like this and run a comp on them to make sure that they're valuable before you buy them. Keep your eyes open for things like this. This is a slip and slide. It's from 1984. And I have sold those big giant beach balls as well. The vintage ones have sold for $150, $200 or more. I'm not sure exactly why they want to pay that much for something like this when they can get a brand new one at Walmart for $10. So I don't know if anybody knows why they are buying these old beach balls or a slip and slide like this for so much money when they could get it cheaper at the store. Let me know. Maybe it's something to do with the material on these old vintage ones. But I paid $5 for this and I sold it for $58.47. This was such a great pickup. I believe I bought 10 of these little tiny tools and I think they're from the 70s. I was at a sale with, again, Noel, Farm Girl Scavenger, and we both scored some great things at this sale. So I paid $3 a piece for each one of these, and they were selling for $30. So this one was on a promoted listing, and it sold for $27. So they got 10% off. And I only have 2 more left. So they sold really good. Keep your eyes open for tools like this, especially if they're old and brand new. These were never used. Now I'm going to give you a quick update on how my models are doing and how many I sold in this past week. So I'm just going to go through them real quickly. So I have 4 of them that shipped out already this past week. And so I roughly have around $2 into each one. This one sold for $29.97. This one sold for $17. This one sold for $38.97. And this one sold for $35. And then these others I am getting ready to ship out today. This one sold for $25. This Revell sold for $35. This little tiny one is made by a company called Frog, and it sold for $13.50. This one sold for $40. And this is made by a company called Academy. This one here, I think, is definitely made by a Japanese company. And it sold for $15. All the writing on it is in Japanese. And here is another one by Revell, and this one sold for $35. And then this last one sold for $30. So last week, my average price that I was selling my last 10 kits was an average price of about $35 and some change. I have sold 11 this past week. The average price now is $28.57. So I'm still super happy with that. That's great because, like I said, I only paid around $2 for each one. So that is it for some of my sales over this past week. Thank you, everybody, for your constant support and commenting on my videos, and just watching them really helps me out. But if you liked it, also give a thumbs up on it and subscribe if you're not subscribed. It really, really helps out my channel. And if you want to be notified on my next video, just hit that bell and it will notify you. And I will see you on the next video.